प्रेम से बोलो श्री गणेश भगवान की जय. Sitaram, everybody.
Jai Sitaram.
Welcome to Satsang. Welcome to Bhagwat this morning, our second day. Swasti Kalyan. Second day, first. What bringing up? Somebody might face him. What's? Om. Aaron, you have to move from there. You have to move from there. Right. Go and turn your body. So the mic don't feed that box very sensitive. This morning, as we get set to go into our discourse, let me first welcome everybody here at the temple, all shrotas, everybody, all devotees. It is wonderful to have all you again. For those of you joining us online, wherever you are viewing us, yesterday we began and we were talking about some wonderful things. Last night when I concluded in that discourse, we did the history of how, if Mahadev Baba is so confusing, how could Lord Shiva, being Mahadev, he's called the greatest Devta, how could he allow Sati Devi to burn, to literally, till today, the Manikarna got this morning, a wonderful funeral is happening, a great sage died. And they want to go to this particular place to burn the body. People choose the spot to do their funeral. And in Varanasi, where mother's earring, where the Jumka fell when she was burning, that place is still burning right now, where her bosom, where her womb, where her leg, where her any part of her body, where it was burning and fell on the earth. Till today, people burn. Deceased, people still go there to get that Ashirvad, that blessing. But if Mahadev is Lord Shiva, this man is do some strange things. I'm saying it in a way for children to understand. You cut off your own child head. Now your lady burn. Last night discourse was why did he and the father-in-law have to end up in this big fight and what caused it? We heard about when Mother Sati gets vexed with her father, she uses two words. Let's say for the adults here, praviti, vritti, two ways, two types of prayer. Focus. You will find it in chapter 18 of Bhagavad Gita, verse 46 and verse 30. He says in verse 46, the person could pray outward. They see the murti, they see the tulsi tree. You choose one and you'll understand my example. Focus on it. You know the date of fast, Pradosh. We'll deal with that today. What is Pradosh and where it come from? In this Bhagavad, plenty of it deals with Mahadev. People think it's only Krishna Katha. You could focus on that. But don't only focus on that outward way of thinking, outward way of praying, because internally there'll come a day when you cannot do something. I use the example for children to understand, but for adults you could see it too. You have to know, vritti means I am giving up that method, I'm growing, I'm developing, and I'm bringing my worship internally. So my example, not from the text, but my example, to modernize the example, when I'm in the temple I can offer a dar. But many people see I'm not fasting, I'm not fasting, I can't reach in the temple, it's not conducive for me to go and do it. I don't have a lingam baba, I'm living abroad in a place where I cannot get, for example, tulsi leaf. It's winter time. So that means for those people, they cannot pray. But vritti now, according to Krishna, is when a person chooses maybe not to do that regular, let's say the common procedure, and because of their spiritual maturity, they could close their eye. One example is Manas prayer. Manas prayer is mental prayer. I'm sitting in the bus. I'm sitting in the plane. There's no murti, there's no temple. But equal now, because it takes a certain amount of honesty that I am really praying. Because when we get down to it, see, people say, yeah, I said my prayers this morning. But imagine you have an example of a person who could sweep and a person who cannot sweep. You will see the difference. But sometimes the person doesn't have the vision to see good and not so good. Arguably, I pray. Did you pray good? Was it the best of your ability? Could it improve? But what the person hides behind, sometimes I see a red flag, I see the parasad over, address the look. How are you gauging good prayer, not good prayer? The person, he says, a sinful person might do. This is how we get corrupted now. And I'm asking you this as I just recap what I talked about yesterday. If I get into a custom living, praviti, if I only know to pray the murti, if I only do, go, duty, the problem with this person one day, just as I said last night, when the person has to retire, resign, slow down, the body is changing. They cannot change with the body. They cannot mature with age. They cannot develop. Their choices are limited to only one phase of their life. And the person now, as in life, you hear the man walk his whole days. When he was walking shift, he going. But as he resign and he have time, listen to the word, time, you get more time. I don't know what to do with myself. I have nothing to do with my time. And for some people, it brings depression, it brings mental trouble, it brings debt for some people. All ever see that? As the man retire, instead I enjoy the retirement, it was as if his body ready to give up. When the person cannot practice vritti, when it is time, I've done my part. I've done, for example, I talked yesterday with the Shashti, when the mother sees the boy going to marry and she rests the head by the bosom. Partner, you see, me is a big man now. I could ease up on certain things. The lifestyle that you follow, where you give up the karma, that action that I'm only doing this way. I only know one thing, feed them with roti and pumpkin. Feed them with roti and pumpkin. It has to have a time where that duty, where the person's mind, the maturity, and their prayer changes. It has to change. So if this morning we were to talk about the quality of your prayer, not prayer. Until he now call you and I'll say, let's say praise. That's what we all say. Get up like today and say your praise. But we don't think about the quality of we praise. Except the day when the prayers don't work. When we're in trouble and I feel like I have seen my way. Then the person might wonder, is there a more powerful praise? For example, should I be doing a different religion or a different praise? This one I'm working. Different things start to analyze. This morning in we discuss, that's where we're going. Everybody, let's start with little arati. I invite everybody to please stand. Again, for those of you viewing, join with us as we do little Bhagwat arati this morning. Welcome to everybody who is viewing. Please send us a message, like and follow the feed so that you could share for more and more people. For those of you on YouTube, please subscribe to the channel so that we could do more and reach more people with this type of discourse. Sajam cha varti sanyuktam grahina yojitam mayam deepam grihana devesham trailokya timidapaham. Jai Jai Bhagwat Bhagwan ki hai aarti. Papiyo ko paap. You want to sing it? You want to sing it? Go ahead. Jai Jai Bhagwat Bhagwan ki hai aarti. Papiyo ko Samavera nirala, nau jyoti jagane wala, ye amar grantha ye mukti pantha ye panchamayera nirala, nau jyoti jagane wala, hari gana yahi vardana yahi, hari jnana yahi, vardana yahi, jag ke mangal ke aarti. Everybody. Jai Jai
जय जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती। पापियों को पाप से है तारती। ये शांति गीत पावन पुनीत पापों को मिटाने वाला, हरि दर्श दिखाने वाला। ये शांति गीत पावन पुनीत पापों को मिटाने वाला, हरि दर्श दिखाने वाला। है सुख करनी है दुख हरनी,
है सुख करनी है दुख हरनी।
ये मधुसूदन के आरती। पापियों को पाप से तारती। जय जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती। पापियों को पाप से तारती। जय जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती। पापियों को पाप से तारती। ये मरुद बोल जग पंथ
खोल सन मार्ग
दिखाने वाला, बिगड़ी को बनाने वाला। ये
मधुर बोल जग पंद खोल सन मार्ग दिखाने वाला, बिगड़ी को बनाने वाला। हो राम यही घनश्याम यही, श्री राम यही घनश्याम यही।
सबके महिमा के आरती।
पापियों को पाप से है तारती।
जय जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती। पापियों को पाप से है तारती। जय जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती। पापियों को पाप से है तारती। पापियों को पाप से है तारती। पापियों को पाप से है तारती।
Shri Krishna Govinda Hari Murari. Everybody. Shri Krishna Govinda Hari Murari. Hey Nath Narayana Vasudeva.
Hey Nath Narayana Vasudeva.
Govinda Jai Jai Gopal Jai Jai.
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 Radha Ramana Hari Govinda 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 Jai Jai.
Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya.
Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya.
Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya. Om Gajananam
Bhutanadisevitam
Kapeta Jambo
Avachara Bhakshitam
Uma sutam sho
Avinashakarakam
namami Viganeshwaram
Alapankajam
Sarvamangalamangale
Shiva Sarvadsadike
Sharanye
Jayambike Gaudi
Narayani
Namostute
Om Guru Brahma
Guru Vishnu
Guru Devo
Maheshwara
Guru Sakshat
Param Brahma
Tasmai Shri
Gurave Namah
Om Karam Bindu Sanyuktam Nityam Dhyayanti Yoginaha Kamadam Mokshadam Chaiva Om Karaya Namo Namah Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langhayati Girim Yat Kripatamaham Vande Paramanandam Madhavam Vindravan Bihari Lala Ki Jai. Everybody please have your seat. Cordial welcome if you came in after. Sitaram everybody. Sitaram to those of you online. Akashatam patitam toyam yadha grakshatim tusagaram sarvo devam namaskaram Keshava patigrakshatim. This morning, as we continue in our yagya, draw your hands together. Remember, we spoke about the value of putting your fingers, touching, and then putting it to your chest, what we call your sternum. As we do Sumran for Bhagwat this morning, the first thing, dear Lord, this Bhagwat Yagna is supposed to help. It is supposed to help me overcome the bad times, the bad things that are happening. It is said that the premise of Bhagwat is that when a person practices Shravanam, when a person listens at a minimum to the context of the book, learns, God bless you. If you could practice Smaranam, these fancy words are different ways of doing devotion. This is reminiscent from many discourses, but one easy one to remember, when Sri Ram meets Shabri, this is what they talk about. If you remember me, I'll be happy and I'll bless you. If you listen to my glory, I'll bless you. If you do Padma Sevanam, if you practice washing my foot as the devotee, worshipping Sri Ram, worshipping Krishna, Hanuman, Padma mean foot. I do that Seva to that foot. I put flowers, I decorate, just tree. There are 9. I'm talking this morning about tree. I practice rubbing that toe. Hence we call it Charan or foot, feet, Amrit. Charan Amrit. We focus on this part because the person who is able to touch Guru's feet, we spoke about mother yesterday, Mami, that Sevanam to the feet, that person, Sri Ram says, gets my grace and my glory. Dear God, if I practice these things, these methods, is good, but I'm about to hear next stage of how to be devoted, how to do worship. Please, as I'm about to hear this, it says if I hear the words that are coming from the text, those words, just by listening, will help me overcome my karma. Dear God, give me the benefit, give me the ability, fight the karma that is inside of this sinner, to listen and to learn something, to grow, to be able to develop better and better. Please, don't let my intellect, my attention span, the things that will come to erode the opportunity that has presented itself. Dear God, imagine somebody offer prasad, and I get my prasad in my hand, and somebody come and snatch my prasad before I could eat it. Just as how I'm robbed in the moment, don't let me do that to myself for this little time. Give me the ability to still benefit from your teachings. Put your hand together. If you can, close your eyes. You should want to concentrate. I don't have to force you or tell you what to do. Dear God, I'm going to talk to you. So I'm closing my eyes. One day somebody asked me that, and I thought that was a good question. Why do you close your eyes, Pandit, when you have to do prayer? You don't have to close your eye. In the mandir, it have wonderful pictures for you to watch truthfully. Because the person point was, why did you put big, pretty pictures, colorful pictures, wonderful murtis for me to see? And then you're telling me, close your eye. In this case, in this question, it was a child truthfully. And the idea is, when you're young, the answer, watch the picture, focus. And when you get older, in case somebody walk in front of the picture, for example, you may get distracted. So as the person is growing up, they grow up spiritually. I could close my eye and I could still see Lord Shiva for 1 minute in my mind. You practice that. You train. In this example, you train yourself. God, when I close my eye, I want to see you. You see, the day I'm dreaming, like when we were talking about dream state yesterday, the day I'm dreaming and my eyes really closed and it have a murti, me a day on the airplane and it have a murti, I could still see you. In this way, I want to say, help me to see you, dear God. Let me pray together as we do with Sumiran. Redhi Siddhi Data Siddhi Sadhana Varana Vadana Sumiro Badamban Madana Kadana Kelalakum Ganapati Kripa Nidan Jnana Khani Ananda Bhavana Dehu Mohi Varadan Varano Jai Shiva Ananda Kand Bhutanata Bhava Bhakti Vishaya Nirvan He Braja Chandra Mukunda Katahu Bhava Bhaya Panda Jai 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 Jagadisha Mahima Mita Deva Vera Vera Janat Rahe Redhi Siddhi Data Siddhi Sarana Sumiro Barambar Sumiro Barambar Vrindavan Bihari Lal Ki Jai. This morning, somebody asked me a question. Baba, yesterday we talked about how Parikshit ends up in this trouble. What is the name of the guru, the person who gave him the shrap? When a person is listening to the discourse, when a person is treading, they have the interest. For example, I could listen, think what I'm telling you. I am listening to the prayer. But some people will have the interest. I want to know more. I want to know, you didn't tell me that detail. We offer Hanuman Baba wrote, but you didn't tell me how much wrote. The person goes a step further, the soul. If you ask a question, think what I say. I want to know. Eager. Not to test, not to break, not to damage, not to bury, not to show somebody, I know, you don't know. But inside the person, and I'm just using it as an example, the person has an earnest to know more about something good. Whereas maybe somebody like me now, I hear it. Sound good? Same kata, same audience. But it did not dawn in my head that it might have a detail I didn't learn. I have a question inside of me, but it wasn't clarified. But I did hear it. Same satsang. I could come like a child and I'm listening and I'm fighting. Same satsang. But I hear it, eh? When time to sing and he jumps at a clap, I deal with you, I'm singing with you. It is amazing how God makes people. And if we don't see it, the question comes, of these three people I just talked about, which one are you? You hear something, but how do you react to what you're hearing? We could talk about sight, we could talk about taste. It have some people will taste something, babe, your roti you make yesterday tastes real nice. It has some people will taste it and find fault with everything. The same thing you taste. That could be at home, not only in prayers. It have different perspective in doing the same thing. It is amazing that in prayers, it have the same differential, division, separation, using fancy words that we'll talk about. If anything, I'm going to use a nice little ebb of a story to discuss that separation. And me are talking about nobody. We're talking about you and I. And let me see where we reach. To answer the question for the person who asked me who was the guru, meaning we talked yesterday, if you miss it, Raja Parikshit, the grandson of Arjun, again, the person who is listening to all these nice stories in Bhagwat, he got a little carried away in a moment. He did not control himself. And when he went hunting, as per the chapter in Skanda 1. And when he reached by the money, he wanted water. And he did not get the response, hello, hello, where the water? And the person sit down there doing the job, calm, cool. And the money did not take him on. And Raja Parikshit see a snake, like a snake shed his skin, he took up the snake and he skin, not the living snake, and he puts it around the man's neck. That person in this Bhagwat is called Shimika. But in other texts, you will come across Shamika, same person. Their son is somebody who comes, his mother, believe it or not, is a deer, the animal, the deer. For that reason, when the child is born, human form, it's just like how Hanuman Baba, his Makar Dwaj, his son, is born from the Makar, meaning the alligator, when the sweat fall on the animal. In the same way, this person, a similar scenario happened, and the genetic material went into the animal, but is born in this human form, but reminiscent of the deer, is born with a horn. Hence, he is called Shringi. When you go Shivratri and you see they have the Shringi with this brass curvature thing that looks like a horn itself, that is why that is called a Shringi. And when this child had a little horn protruding, in some picture you'll see to the front, like how Nandi has it in the movies, Lord Shiva Bull, and sometimes you'll see it on the side. That same Shringi Rishi is the one who we were talking about, gets married to Sri Ram's elder sister Shanta. Shringi is the person who come home, sees Shamika with this snake looking like a kind of Lord Shiva, and he says, King, wherever you are, he wasn't standing there, wherever you are, 7 days from now, a snake will bite you. Taksha, the younger brother of Sheshnag. That snake around Lord Shiva's neck is, Sheshnag is the big brother. Sheshnag, the one who Lord Shiva, Lord Vishnu is sleeping on. In the discourse in Ganesh Puran, you will hear how Sheshnag is ending up as the bed for Lord Vishnu. He went and he begged. He said, I don't like my brother and them. My brother and them full of venom. But I don't like that. I don't want to be associated with them. And he started to pull away. That one is the long brother called Vasuki. And after Sheshnag, Vasuki went and became the king of the snake. In our discourses, it have many, many details that we sometimes don't pay attention to. But when you get into your prayer and you're learning and you get to like it, you might ask one day, Shiva, why are you so strange, boy? How come you have a snake around your neck? Yesterday your father-in-law said, you're so different. Why would you have these things? Why do you behave, go and dance in the cemetery ground, take dead people's ashes and rub it on your body? The answer to the question with the ashes, nobody is unclean in Shiv worship. He takes everybody. He takes everything as per that discourse. But for you and I, it might seem extreme. But in learning about Shiva, that is how we get the blessing. Prem Sabalo Mahapati Mahadeva Ki Jai. This morning, we enter into, this is Skanda 3, chapter 29 and 30. And we're going to hear about the type, the way a person prays. We hear about one thing for children to understand, a nice, easy, breezy point to tickle your brain a little bit. When I'm doing prayer, it's fast from salt, because he talks about death, which is relevant to this topic. When I'm doing prayers as a Hindu, I fast from salt. Easy question. Why? Why you just fast from salt? You just do it, eh? What are you doing it for? Baba, but it's so strange. I just fast from salt, but when I'm taking out my little seed at home, I hear my mother tell me, put salt in the seed too. What are you doing that for? If I can't eat it, how come I could give it? All right, our next easy one. In the Sanatanist way, in the method we follow, for example, last night we had devotees from the Hare Krishna movement. In their way, when they prepare anything, they don't do like me and you. In all fairness, the Gita talks about onion and garlic, for example. So they don't cook with that. They don't share that either. And they don't eat it. Why? One easy explanation. Onion is the richest source of zinc, the element, the supplement. We just eat things to get the nourishment. If I eat zinc as a man, my testosterone, the little beard, and my body as a man, the muscle, will grow healthy. But as a man, the testosterone makes the person lusty. It makes the person aggravated, quick temper. So the person is fasting or preparing for prayer, and what it says is, when you're in this mode, partner, just take out a little bit of that from your diet so that you could focus. And maybe the husband, to be quite frank, husband would not be watching the wife too much, might watch the murti. If you understand what I mean, I want to focus on my prayer. Don't get distracted. Just as we would fast from alcohol and other things, there's a purpose behind it. So the question I am asking, where is fast from salt for? Them people, just mix the nice Maha Bhojan, Maha Prasad, and them will put on the bedi, on the altar. We just say, you cook chana and aloo in their way, no onion, no garlic, etc. And they will put it by Krishna. Krishna, if I eat in it, you have to eat it, boy. We just do the same thing, it's just we just put all kind of pepper and seasoning and so on that make it not fit to offer on the altar, but we just still offer it in the fire and bless it. You just put a tulsi after you cook so that I could offer it to him. And God, you taste it first, then we go share. If somebody asks you, yeah, where are you going? Just salt. Just salt. If I can't offer it, how come we just share salt and salt food in all prayers? You have to eat, uncle. Make sure, auntie, before you leave, eat the food. So the food come good now. But what fasting for then? Think about it this way. You're doing it. I don't know why I'm doing it for, but I'm doing it. How much times we just offer thing on that baby? And if somebody comes like a child, I'm surrounded by children for this job, and the child come and say, auntie, uncle, where you putting that red powder for? Me, Pandit Arish tell me to do it, and I say, good boy, I listen, When you tell me put it, I put it. Okay, no problem with that. But when you sit down there in that moment, and your God is watching you, Where this tell the God? Begin very straightforward now. What you just tell your God. Don't study nobody else. Don't study where I doing, because you know what? When your trouble coming, it coming for you. And we have to fix ourselves. Today, let me talk a little bit about that. In this discourse last year, one of the incarnations of Lord Vishnu came as a young Muni named Kapil. We are going back to this discourse where Kapil, imagine a teenage boy. In this discourse, imagine a teenage boy is speaking to his mother. But the mother knows that he's divine. The mother knows that he's more than. So in our life, maybe for me, as a big man, to sit down and take advice from a teenager might be hard, but let me just put it in context. You see this monster, me know how to start it sometime. Be fair with yourself. The same person you got jam and say, you stupid little boy, who is you to tell me how to make fry aloo? Who is you to tell me how to change oil in the engine? You will humble yourself and say, show me how to open the banking app. I have to pay a bill this morning. The pundit sent my location. Show me how to get it. I don't know how to get it. And in that example, you would be willing to work with them. Let me go and connect a new internet. Sachin, I don't know how to connect that thing, the router thing, how to do that. And the same person that you have no regard for, that is just a little boy, where you know, now them know it all. In the same way, this mother is at a point, not with phone. Follow me, not with phone. But you see, with my soul, you know it. And in that moment, it didn't have a halfway kind of talk. None when he's telling Krishna, what you want me to do? What kind of prayers you want me to do? You want me to worship the mountain? He do it in a jokey way. If you read the script, the discourse, child talk. You want to talk. I fed up. I want to do my work. I have to get through with my prayer. Tell me, what you want me to do? That's how that conversation went down. But in this case, the mother knows. He knows what he's saying. You're the only person right now I could hand this and trust that you're going to rob me, you're going to interfere, you're going to take it, you're going to break it. I trust you. In the same way, Devahuti, the mother, went to this child with this. Let's hear what happens as we start this morning. Sita Rama 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 Sita Rama Rama Ram Sita Rama 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 Sita Rama Rama Ram 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 Kalaye Vishwarupa Parichayatam Swarupa Bhata Kuruvanti Yate Sita Rama Rama Ram Sita Rama Rama Ram Sita Rama Rama Ram Sita Rama Rama Ram Sita Rama 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 Sita Rama Rama Ram. Prem se bolo Mahapati Mahadeva ki jai. She says, son, you explain Mahat, Prakriti, Purusha, Sankhya, so wonderful as the conversation mother and son is having, progressing. Now, tell me what is Bhakti. Tell me about not the type. It have curry. I can make curry aloo. I can make curry chana, curry shatain. I can make different type of dishes with curry. Tell me about the curry. Not what I put in the curry in, but the curry itself. Tell me about that. Tell me the various kinds in terms of the type, the strength, the weakness, the qualities. How does it look? So I could see how I am a bhakt. A bhakt, by definition, is a person who practices bhakti. A devotee practices devotion. But too often, dear child, the person considers themselves. They classify, we are very quick to classify ourselves. We look at ourselves, I'm a good devotee of Hanuman. What makes you a good devotee of Hanuman? How do you measure yourself? Further, could you tell me what is your true form? Mahavishnu, you have so many forms. Last time we talked about where Kushgrass come from with that, if you watch the Hanuman picture there, with the Varaha form, with the head that looks like a pig. We know Ram and Krishna, but long before that form, he had the lion head form, the pig head form, different form. We hear about Durvasa Rishi last night, what causes Lakshman to die, what causes Krishna to get shot in the foot. We hear about Dattatreya when we were doing the night with where cons come from, child of the rape, Uddhava, listening and repeating the katha of what Dattatreya taught him. There are so many forms. Could you please tell me what is your real, if I want to see you, tell me how you just look. Do you have 2 hands? Do you have 4 hands, for example? Till today, people debate who is the true God. What does the true God look like? Am I seeing you and I don't recognize you? Because it seems as if we are all still looking for you. Please reveal that for me. Let's hear what happens as Maitreya is still telling Vidur about these discussions that is happening. Jai Bole Baba Tab Sharanam, Jai Bole Baba, Jai Bole Baba Tab Sharanam, Jai Samba Sada Shiva Tab Sharanam, Abhisandhya yadiye dama yatameva cha sansari Maitraya bhavaye mayi kushtaye kusamye ati Jaya Bole Baba Tab Sharanam Jaya Bole Baba Tab Sharanam Jaya Samba Sada Shiva Tab Sharanam Abhisandhya ho hinsa dhamba matsarya eva vasarami binadriga bhavamai kuruyat sattam sattam sayeti Jaya Bole Baba Tab Sharanam Jaya Bole Baba Tab Sharanam Jaya Bole Baba Tab Sharanam Jaya Samba Sada Shiva Tab Sharanam Jaya Samba Sada Shiva Tab Sharanam. Prem se bolo Mahapati Mahadeva ki jai. He says, Mother, this question is a beautiful question that will help a person when they are under the influence of spite, pride, ill will, listen good, ill will, perceiving differences. Maybe one is rich, one is poor. The difference between those people are happy and I am not as happy. Those people are good or I am good and they are not as good. A difference. The person is full of these types of dullness, limited thinking. When people like this go before a murti, go in front of me. These people start to think about doing prayer. You're doing prayer, but they're doing prayer with a motive of bringing harm and damn. That type of worship, that type of prayer that is full of jealousy, pride, violent thoughts, that is tamasic bhakti. Tamasic bhakti, for example, to use an example for children, imagine somebody is working in an office. Somebody is doing their work. But when they go to their God, touching their murti, offering prasad, etc., singing the Hanuman Chalisa, the same prayer is being done. They go to the temple, they lift Ganesh when it's Ganesh Utsav. But their prayer, you see that fella who competing with me for the job? You see that person who have that interview? Or what that person, Hanuman Baba, where you mash him up? Or where you kill that person? Or where you make that person fall? It might sound strange. I said it last night, I'm saying it again. It might sound strange to hear that and say the word pray. But it have some people who pray like that. The catch is the same flag going up, the same road passing, the same mantras are being uttered, but inside the person, dear Ma, this is why the person came to the puja, came to the yagya. This is their focus. I'm going and tell Durga Mata to take out the cleaver and cause that person to lose the job, lose the contract, lose their marriage, they mustn't be happy, too happy now. Tamasic bhakti. Vyasam abhisandhyayasu Aishvaram eva yascha Acharya pratimam teja Rajasya prakititate Jai Bhole Baba Tab Sharanam. Mami, there's another type of reverence. There's a type of reverence where the person is devout, best offerings. There's no deficiency in the praviti. The praviti, fancy word, praviti, your preparation. Your parsad it has the, you're like me, you use skim milk. You make sure you use full cream milk. It's rich, it's nice. Same person, tamasic praying, when you're praying, I want to win the race, I want to get the trophy, you have to make sure I make nice parsad. No, somebody else, same parsad, think what I'm telling you here, no deficiency. What you just gauge, look how nice this prayers do. Ooh, the lapsi and the sohari taste so nice. If you're gauging yourself on that recipe, hear what I say there? The recipe is not deficient. The kurta is shining, the flowers is looking wonderful, but hear the difference. The person holding the thali with the lapsi and all the ingredients, this person is doing devotion, coming to me with reverence, only praying for personal ambition, wealth, fame, power, overpowering, overcoming, overdoing, for enjoyment, sexual and sensual requirements. This is the only thing you are praying for, and I'm making the best offering so that I could go to court, win. I only make the time to fast when I have trouble and I'm called to, I got summons to court. I have to go and fight. So you know what? This morning, I'm saying the prayer. I have a meeting, I have an interview. You change the circumstance, but the person is only praying. I will give you, hear what? Hanuman Baba. Let me be clear on what I'm saying. Hanuman Baba again, you wrote this morning, give me a pass. So just like the shopkeeper, I'll give you $5, you'll give me a pack of dal. This is how some people pray. But again, look at what you're praying for. When you get the certificate, for example, be fair with yourself. I'm guilty of it too. Saraswati Mata, help me to pass SEA exam, please. I can't remember how to do the reading comprehension. That's my weakness. Help me. Pass. Forget Saraswati. Be honest. How much Saraswati Puja Charan is doing Form 1? Standard 5, every temple you'll see 50 children line up to do Saraswati prayers. But Form 1 Saraswati prayers decline. You know, it have a season for Lakshmi, Diwali time, she's in demand. But Saraswati, this guy rest now. You see, after SA, everybody forget. What's your name again? I don't need you. I'm not calling on you. It is as if I only need you when I want something. That type of prayer. Let me go further now. When people know, if you ever see how the Tassa man is blessed the Tassa. We talked about why we don't play Tassa in funeral last night. When the person blessing as a dancer, the gunguru, the first time when the guru say, here what, you could dance now. I bless you, go and dance. The prayer that it is put on that, to bless it, to sanctify it, before it is used, that day, how much time you will see them renewing that prayer? You will see every year, Saraswati Jayanti, they bring in the drum, they bring in the organ, the same. When they go to sit sometime, you know they just forget to say the prayer. That type of prayer. When I go now, imagine now the big dance, the big moment, they're on the stage in a competition, that day they will remember to say it. Now it's important. When you have that type of prayerfulness, you're doing prayers in all fairness, but that is called Rajasic Bhakti. In verse 29, he says, Ma, but it gets better. When the person, let's hear what he says in this verse. Phoolon mein saj rahi hai Shri Vrindavan Bihari aur saath saj rahi hai Vrishavan hai nigah se Atamam Sattva Bhutani Bataya Kalaya Hirtam Dvijati Pravakshyami Chakshu Sajivan Matan Tatha Prana Britaya Shena Phoolon mein saj rahi hai Shri Vrindavan Bihari. Vrindavan Bihari Lala ki jai. He says the highest form that a person could get, Sattvic Bhakti. This is where you're offering the same recipe, same lapsi, sohari, whatever it is. But I'm doing it out of duty, purity. I purify myself. I've prepared myself. I am very conscious of how the things that I am offering, there are people meticulous. I saw when the flowers fall on the ground. I don't want to offer that by my murti, for example. So I wouldn't take something, let's just say a lapsi fall on the ground. Are you the type to take it up from the ground? It's still good, Baba, 5 seconds rule. Krishna Arpan by Lord Krishna. Or are you the type to say, that fall on the ground, babe, don't put it. I'm asking you now about your worship. Only you know the answer to that question. Your standard. Are you the type 5 second rule, or are you the type, hey, that touch the ground, you're mad, you can't put that. Which one are you? Do you practice pure, clean, physical clean? Then tell me now, how your mind is be when the prayer is going on. Somebody like me, I offer in Chandan, and I study in what's selling in KFC this morning. I hear you know, but mentally I did somewhere else. Just now this morning to finish this prayer. Oh God, I had to go back and make a call. See this thing? This is the devil. This will distract you wherever you are. Would you be the type to say, put it on silent and put it down? Or the prayer's going on, hold on upon it, and let me just see. The danger in this, just to paint that point, if we cannot control this, and you're sitting for prayer with Pandit Adish, for example, there's a rule in our Hindu Dharma, you're doing prayer, but if you become unclean, you cannot proceed with the prayer. So in the case of a lady, if your belly spoiled, you'd have to stop where you reach. So you're very cognizant of yourself. The same rule applies to man. If I'm shaving this morning, that's why I didn't shave when we was going to start the yag. The hair too short on the face. If I go to shave and I nick myself and I start to bleed, inappropriate for prayers. So sometimes when you go Pitra Paksh, for example, you see everybody have beard. They're afraid that if they cut the face, and like a lady, they're not in control of the bodily fluid, not only here, but in other places. You don't want to get a head cold and have to go and do prayers. You're unfit to make the offering. You don't want to be doing prayer. And to be honest, there's a virus going around, wicked diarrhea, and you have to go and do the prayer. You are unfit to do the prayer. So you're holding your body to maintain the purity, the control of your body. Are you the type to care about that, or you don't care about that? All right, so I care about it, Pandit, but where's your point? Point is this. Remember what the stupid Pandit telling you. When you hear somebody died, when you hear somebody has passed away, you become unclean, depending on the family closeness. So me talking about John across the road. I'm saying my father, brother, God forbid, pass away. When I hear about it, Sitaram, when I hear about it, in that second, I cannot do Hawan. No, I have to stop. So we grew up, home by me, when my grandfather doing prayers, it could be the president reached by the door. Tell them I will talk to them after I am doing my prayers. So plenty of people doesn't understand, well, why? Where's the first? And it's just a little message. Oh, hello, I need to talk to the boss. Just tell him it's important, everything important. Let me get a second with him. The problem with it is there's a risk. You hear what happened? Paul dead. You just throw off my prayers. Sitaram. So what we do is, somebody maybe if I do in my prayers, prayer will go. How could I help you? How could I help you? But watch how the devil's smart. Pass the door now. Somebody will send you a picture or a text, and got you, Pandit Keshava will open the phone and get the same message. You hear Paul died, and my prayers now contaminate. It takes me away from the prayer that I'm doing, for example. So it is no strange thing. You're doing prayers and you hear somebody say, put down your phone. What are you only on your phone for? Focus on your prayers now, man. What happened to you? But children go say, oh God, my mother had a quarrel. But they don't understand the logic. You could become unclean. We are affected in different ways by the things that surround we. I love my dog. Me go and let my dog walk on top of my baby. It have people who would say, well, Baba, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? It okay for you. That is your standard. But our book talks about hair falling in your parsad. Why would you allow a kitten or a dog, as good as they are, to walk on top of your baby when the prayer is going on? Somebody asked me that yesterday. Is it okay if the kitten sit on top of the baby? I love the baby. I love the kitten. I love children. May I go and let it take off the pampers in the middle of the prayers on the baby? Would you do that? It have some people who said, oh God, Baba, what you going to do is a child. So now what that means is the person doesn't have a standard. And how it go. When you hear in Kali Yuga is the age of darkness, for the elders here who grew up with a higher standard, I'm not saying how you offer, I listen to prayers, I watch prayers. No, I'm saying look at whatever you're doing. It have some people will listen to the satsang and want to know more. It have some people will listen to the satsang and they only hear it and then forget it. It have some people who listen to the satsang. Hey, Pandit Keshava does make me feel to sleep. Same satsang. But look at the difference. Same puja. Look at the difference in the person's mind. And it's just we're using fancy word, but look at the quality of the person. Not what in the terrier, but what the hand that holding the terrier is what we're discussing here. And that is the part we didn't talk about, you know. We just talk about patch parasad, white parasad. I only like when you put the gold terrier upon it, not them silver nowadays thing. I like when you get my arahu flowers and my datu, everything I say in there is important. It have value. We just use the tali because it is conduct electrical energy. So when I touch it to the murti and I put it so, the energy of that murti must flow to me. I agree. But when will we talk about the hand that is doing the offering, how that person pray? You see, the pundit is in a trap. The pundit guiding you, and giving you information. But when the prayers do work, Sitaram, welcome everybody. When the prayers do work, we don't watch sometimes the qualities of the person doing the prayer. The doctor is giving you a prescription. Let me be fair. Go home, take this tablet, make sure you take it in the morning, make sure and eat first. So the prescription is there. Nobody are there with you. You do it however haphazard when you remember, if you eat, etc. But do you blame yourself, you blame the tablet, or you blame the doctor? Me, I don't know about all you, but I'm guilty of blaming the doctor. I'm guilty of saying that tablet work. But I never see, in all fairness, I really was told to eat first. I should have do it better. I could have do it better. In Bhagwat, it's telling you, you could do it better. The purest form is where the person learns now. Let me give you an example of the Sattvic one. An individual who, Sattvic prayer, reads the scripture, perform their daily worship, they follow discipline in their mind. Discipline, nobody have to buff you. Nobody have to threaten you. If you ever hear somebody say, if you don't do the prayers correct, bad go take you. If you don't offer your D, for example. If you don't offer that D, trouble go come. The gardener go grow. People go dead. So if you don't do it, trouble go come. So the only reason you're doing it is because I'm afraid something bad happen. The person who reached the Sattvic devotion now want to do it. And because they want to do it, just like if me and you go in the kitchen, is there a better way? How to make, you ever stand up over the pot, you know your food didn't come out good. What I'm missing here, prayer girl, well, you should have soaked that chana a little more. Nobody here like hard chana pundit. What am to you? Oh, I could improve. In this person's mind, they find a method to do it. And they pray to free yourself from stress. A Sattvic prayer is a prayer where if you had to ask God for something, you have to ask. You have to be in a point when there's a need, yes. But, dear God, help me to be happy. Not always about money or physical asset. But, dear God, help me to calm down. Help me to overcome this emotion that I have. Nirgun Bhakti now is the paramount, is a higher form, where the person finds joy in doing the worship. But, just like how the river is just go how we want and cut the land, regardless to where the person is, nothing blocks the river from flowing, nothing blocks this person from praying. It have some people brave in the devotion. Me and you, maybe we got shame if you had to put your hand together on the bus. Me and you, me and want nobody hear me say to me, say it soft. Don't let nobody hear my voice. And then we all come across somebody one day. I assume I'm a praise. I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm proud I'm a God. I am able to say my prayers with confidence. You can't squeeze me, man. I'm a God. I'm happy to say my prayers. So the volume sometimes is very loud. The effort is sometimes very grandiose, very big. Between me, not for nobody to see, nobody have to know nothing. Between me and my God, I will sing for him. Me, I know all the words, these children learning to sing. But in my heart, I am not a singer. But oh God, I love him. So I have to sing for him. I hear he like when I sing for him, I will sing for him. An example of that, every time we say Vindravan Bihari Lalaki Jai, we don't say Vasudev Putra, Devki Putra Ki Jai. We just say Bihari. In the Chatni song with Sundar Popo, and they call about Bihari, he take this Bihari and he put it into that type of song. The history why it is be saying that Bihari. In Vrindavan, it had a poet, till today, Govinda Bolo Hari. He wrote that song. And God bless him. that Radha and Krishna, the same two people in that pitiya there, would come and look for him every day to hear what song you write, what poem you write. And from young child, as they grow now, every day Krishna and Radha would go to Vrindavan, to the house of Bihari, to listen to their song and he would sing for them. And it became so regular as the sun is setting. Imagine as a parent, a grandparent, your children living wherever, and the children go come down, I go see my grand, your heart, your preparation, you make sure and you cook, you're ready for them. This was Bihari's lifestyle. He waited for the Lord. When they come and they sing and they frolic and they play and they sweat, he would bathe them now, give them food, and send the Lord on his way. But now they're becoming young man, young lady as time is passing. And Bihari bathing Radharani one day says, Mother, because your body getting ready to develop, to change, Ma, from today, I don't feel I want to bathe you. For the reason I feel it not appropriate. From today, I wouldn't do that as you're becoming a young lady. Mother get vexed. And when they leave that day, they didn't come back the next day they missed the next day. Imagine yourself waiting for somebody like water. A thirsty, accustomed, getting my little happiness, my little joy. If you had grandchildren, if you had children, and you know 3 o'clock, that car is stopped in front, and the children go come out of that car. Now I go hear all the noise, the TV go put on, 2 shoes go pelt so. What we just complain about, the day you go miss it. You go cry to see them children. Bihari day like a snake, they say, where they take off the head, the gem here, I can't focus, I can't lie down, I can't rest. When they go come, why they are coming, who will eat this food? Oh God! And he getting worked up, he getting emotional, and who he going to talk to? The same person who throw him away, Christian throw me away. But Christian, look what they do, my boy. Christian, look how I come. You give me the life and I have to give it away, and look, I come like nothing now. And he's still singing for him. He's still singing for him. Forgive me, forgive me. Wherever I do wrong, forgive me. And one day Christian come and he say, you hurt the mother. That Radharani, in all she discussed, one day we go do Shikata, she have a little temper. Because of she temper, that is why we just blow some. That a curse that come from she. He said, the mother didn't tell you she didn't want you, you know. That Jagat Janani, mother for the whole world, she wanted you to bathe she and for you to offer, and you turn she back. She feel like you insult she, man. You should not do it so. But I come to talk to you. I forgive you. Mercy, kripa. He said, Prabhu, I'm sorry, I didn't mean, I just want to sing for you. Listen, good, I just want to sing for you. I don't want nothing. Just let me bless me these 2 old eyes to see you. Bless these 2 hands to touch you now, please. Sit down. He said, Christian said, well, we go come. He said, oh, nice, he asked me, I'll come. But we are going to come like the little children anymore. From today, we will take form in your place, like a Murti, Radha and Krishna. This form you see in there. Remember in Krishna Lila, Krishna does not marry Radha. This is reminiscent, that pose is reminiscent of this conversation we're telling you. They take a form where she leaning on him. But in Mathura, Gokul, etc., they were never together like that. You will hear names like Rukmini, Satyabhama, etc. But Radha is prevented from marrying Krishna. But when this form was created in the house of Bihari, every day he used to go by the Murti and sing. Till today, that Murti exists. But what started off small and chunky, so this living Murti expands and grows. And people go to watch it. And because of the love, the selflessness, the nature that man pray, till today people will say, Vrindavan, in the city of Vrindavan, Bihari, who come from Vrindavan, Lal, his son, Krishna Bhagwan ki jai. That is why we just say that. Think about you who's saying it all the time, and I never hear it. I bow in by that pity, and I didn't know the history behind that pity. The person who is practicing Nirgun Bhakti wants to know more. When you land on the plane and you touch the ground, Krishna reach home, boy, on the tarmac, on the pitch. I will find my God anywhere. That person, they just want to feel good. You see, once I offer my bail by that lingam, I could go and rest. I could get through with my work. I could do my job. I am free. That peace that comes with, okay, I get through it, my job. If I go and I finish, I do something, I get a little pain, I come and I lie down. But I didn't do out all the job. I feel like I finished, man. I feel like I complete. I feel like I'm ready to face the day. I can't eat that food. How I will eat that food? That type of sensation is the person doing the prayers. But they're so good, to use that word good, that they have reached that point. May nobody see me. May nobody hear me. But Lord, Christian, where you going to say, boy, if me I sing for you, if me I touch you, if me I, God, look here, I make my foot. Imagine the tears the person has when the foot or the hand are working to reach. You ever see somebody quarrel with a bale tree? How you want dry and Shivratri coming? How you could do me that? And I had to offer the bale, you know. Where I get to see now, the person is so upset, so passionate about their prayers. That person will quarrel. Not out of hatred or anger like me and you, you know. But don't stop me from touching him. They right there in that lingam. That is a different category of bhakti. Prem Sabalo Mahapati Mahadeva ki Jai. He says, Ma, do you understand how some people pray? And they're doing the prayer, but they don't have it. They don't have the purity of the prayer. Me and you could go and take up a shovel with gravel. All is gravel, all is stone. But not all is stone are the same. But when you start to sift, you're going to find small one, you're going to find dark one, you're going to find fair one in that one shovel. But what we just do, we separate all the gravel into the different type of stone. Which one you practice? Don't study nobody else. Don't watch how damn man is praying. Them real bad. Them may have one Johnny in the yard. Them don't ever fast. Them don't ever pray. How you going to know where somebody praying? A lady with a stroke will lie in a hospital and do a whole jog on that bed. And me and you will have the best, biggest murti in we place, and we may never have the ability to see that God and offer it with love. Like that lady who lied down on that bed. Krishna, you come and look for me today, boy. Well, I'll see you in the morning. By your grace, I'll wake up. Prabhu, look, you wake me up, boy. Bless this tea, I'm going to start my day. You know, there's a discourse with Narad, and that Narad said, I am the best devotee. I am able to rub your foot. Who it have better than me? And Lord Vishnu, seeing the abhiman and the false pride that you better than everybody, and he didn't never want to lose Narad. He said, come, let me teach you a lesson. Take this diya. I'm sure you hear this. Plenty pundits talk about this. Take this diya, fill it to the brim, light the diya, go around the earth 3 times. Do it, 1, 2, 3. He said, but don't let the oil spill it. Focus. When he come back, he said, probably you see, and that is the best. Watch. Diya intact. He said, good, very good. When you was doing it, how much time you think about me? How much time you call my name? How much time you sing for me now? And you was the best devotee. He said, probably you're mad. You give me this thing, I had to watch this oil, I had to focus on this thing so much. How you want me to pray too, man? You're wicked. He said, all right, good point. Let me go and show you the best devotee. Here carry him by a pundit. Here carry him by a vegetarian. Here carry him, to be honest, here carry him by none of them things. He carry him by somebody whose wife died and left him with 5 children. A farmer. A man working hard. He said, watch. Imagine, you know, like them TV show, two invisible people stand up watching what this man doing. The man is, God, give me the strength this morning to get up. Stand up by the stove. God, she's to do all the cooking, you know. Bless my hand this morning to make this food good. These children, I go eat it if it isn't good. Guide me how to throw salt. I know what I'm doing. The little girl come for him to plait she here. Well, Lord Father, he praying for the jelly, praying for the comb, he praying for the woogie, praying for everything, because head to toe, this child going to tell this father something if he do it good. And I don't know what I'm doing. God bless me. God, look, they're going in the taxi. It has so much of rapists and bad people in this world. God bless them. Let it go safe. God bless this cutlass. Let me go and do my work now. Reach in the field. He said, Narad, watch him, eh? The sun hot. Burn in the back. Probably if you put a cloud for me and shield me from this sun, I promise I'll try to sing a song for you. Govinda Bolo Haryana, singing in the field. You like that one? Me, the cane, the farmer, the cane, and you in this field together. You like how I sung it? You like this one? Say, Narad, you listening? And Narad is talking now, he's watching. When he reaches back and he hears 5 children start to make noise, he said, God, they reach home, thank you. And after dealing with everything, and he lie down in the bed, he said, Prabhu, give me the strength to do it again tomorrow. I really don't know what I'm doing, I don't know how I'm doing, I'm just running here on autopilot. He said, Narad, look at you, I give you 1 day, and you struggle. This man have 5. And tell me which part he leave me. Sometimes when I pray, and I say, God, like you forget me today. Look, accident come. Look, sickness come. Look, I'm bleeding now. God, like you forget me today. An easier way to watch it is watch how much time we just forget God. You know? Lord Vishnu is measure people. He telling she, I measure people. Dear mother, do you understand? Principle Vishnu Bhagwan ki jai. He says, Ma, you want to know my true form? My true form in this universe, whilst me and you might argue, I like Lord Shiva, this one like Lord Krishna, as a Hindu, it has argument. It have argument in India. When you wear the, you see last night, for those of you who are here, those of you watching, when you wear it have fancy names for all, the Vishnu or Vaishnavite type of chandan, compared to the Tripunda or the Shiva chandan, the person who wearing the Shiva chandan can't come in a Vishnu temple, you know. In Trinidad, you have a lingam here and you have a Christian Murti there, no problem. In India, in other parts, the person who does Shiv Puja only do Shiv Puja. The person who do Vishnu Puja only do Vishnu. And to be honest, in past, you hear this one quarrel with that one. Same Hindu. Don't doubt that. Watch how we just do it. In Trinidad and Tobago, let me say the early part, Uncle Ramda could probably tell me more about this. Same Hindu doing that goddess, what we have Saraswati, Lakshmi, Durga Puja. Same Hindu. We were told you cannot have a Kali Murti in your temple. Pandits get kicked out of temple. People were displaced from temple because they wanted to do Kali Puja. The same goddess, the same lady. You can't do she prayers. Hinduism is the only group of people. I love Saraswati, I love Lakshmi, but I scorn Kali. But you know the benefit. You only hear something there. And based on that, you judge your own religion like that. Would you hear another religion criticize their own religion? Hate and harm and damn. For this reason, the person who makes Ganesh Utsav, just a piece of history, the person who made Ganesh Utsav, when the English ruled India, that first parade where they move in with the Ganesh Murti, why did he choose, of all the forms to worship, why did he choose Ganesh? The person who does worship Shiva ha Ganesh. The person who does worship Vishnu ha Ganesh. The Durga, the Shakti people, they have Ganesh. Ganesh Baba is the one nobody do fight over. So I will put a huge murti of Ganapati Baba, for example, to bring the Hindu group together. And when in those days the people, the English, the crown said, you can't, Sitaram, you cannot come together to protest and wage, civil disobedience. They allowed them to come together for religious reasons, like a march, what we call yatra. So they came together the first time to parade Ganapati Baba to show the strength. In we dharma, we got argue. Forget Hindu now. Now you're going to hear Muslim better than Christianity, Christianity better than Hinduism. Hinduism in the Bhavishya Puran is one book that says God came back as a guru, just as he comes as Durbasa Rishi. There's a full discourse on Jesus, and it uses the name Jesus in that text. It uses the word Muhammad in that text. And it says, as man is getting shortened in their lifespan, today as parents, children could focus in school less and less and less. A child, one period used to be an hour and 15 minutes. They had to tip it down 45. The poor children just get sleepy. They can't watch a teacher talk for too long. They just get tired, exhausted. As the person's brain is changing, now God changed with it. So maybe the approach is different, but it is all God. This is why Hindus don't really condemn other religion. We believe everything comes from God. He says, but what is my true form? Whether you watch me in the boar head, the lion head, the lady face, whichever one, where is my true form? He says, my true form is the form of time. He says, time is the only thing that pervades. There's a time to start, there's a time to finish, there's a time for the mango to bear, there's a time for the mango to ripe, for example. He says, I control this universe in the form of time. For this reason, the person does not waste time. The person becomes, a sattvic person, becomes very efficient, very disciplined. They use the appropriate time to, we just say, make the investment, buy the car. You will hear the person meticulous. When should I do the wedding? When should I do the funeral? Good time, bad time, I'm aware. But it have some people, how it fall, it fall. He says the person who is cognizant of this time will want to start their worship in good time. Brahm Muhurat, Abhijit Muhurat, 11:30, 12:30 in the day for certain prayer. And then for the example of somebody who is not as cognizant of my form, any time is time. But if you do it like that, or if you get lazy or lethargic, tamasic person, what you are throwing away is time. You are wasting time. And because that is my form, you are wasting what I give you. A person could get gold now. God bless me, my father had money. Lose it, throw it away, and work hard and get it back. But the one mantra I've never read, the one puja that I've never come across, is how to manufacture time. God gives you time based on your karma. And if you utilize it, that is the biggest puja, the biggest bhakt. Dear God, thank you for today. Dear God, thank you for tonight. Dear God, thank you for the gift of peace. Thank you for allowing me the victory when my football team win. Thank you for this time of happiness. When you celebrate with God because of that moment. He says, when somebody is on the opposite side, they will celebrate me, but they celebrate me because of fear. Verse 41 says, people will afraid, the air will afraid what Hanuman Father holy breath and stifle. So when now they don't want him to stifle the universe, do quick and act. Do what he says, because if you don't do it, there will be consequences. In the same way, people act, people pray when they are very base, very low in the quality of their worship out of fear. But when the person grows in their devotion, the person overcomes that fear and they want to do worship. They want to approach me in all my forms, in all my glory. Prem Sabalo Mahapati Mahadeva Ki Jai. Dear Mother, the person who is able to look at their self, analyze their tenets, their ability, their principle, and grow in their approach. The day they offer me, you know, in Gita, I say, offer me a drop of water, flowers, a leaf. Consider what he's saying. In that moment, when we could really go and do our prayer and say, well, Baba, you know, when things were better, whether financial or the two hands could lift, it's to make good mahanbo. But I hear in Gita, he say, offer me a leaf. Offer me a piece of the cucumber I have growing on the fence. And he got happy, he got glad. The difference or the variation is not the parasad, it's the hand that he's watching. Straighten the hand, clean the hand, good purpose in the hand, and I will take anything from a good hand. Sometimes we focus too much on what the hand have and what the hand want, and not the hand. So when people have trouble and they feel like the trouble is going, sometimes we focus, this really be misguided. But you will, this is the catch, are doing prayers. The hand busy, the hand doing havan, the hand doing mudra pandit, the hand is doing, the person is doing, they engage, but somehow it work for the uncle, but it did not work for the Pandit. Prem se bolo Vrindavan bihari lal ki jai. This type of conduct, this type of conversation continued between this mother and son. This mother couldn't get enough. She said, I understand what you're saying with the Bhakti. Ashram, me and you could agree that it really makes sense, the way we just pray. But I never thought about it. She said, son, it's so funny. Sometimes people give you a child. She said, but watch how God bless me. You are my child. I get to kiss you and enjoy you. But then you became like a guru to me, your own mother. That is a blessing. He says, Ma, that is a sign of your goodness. There are people who get so carried away with the children that they hold on to them. They start to kiss, they start to caress, they start to love. And it seems as if there's never a moment to let go, to focus on other things. The only pray is for the child. The only thought is for the child. The only work for the child. And when the person does that, they are wasting the time that I gave them. In doing your duty, time is passing, and your prayer is supposed to evolve. Just as you go from having the young hair to gray hair to no hair, your combing method has to change. Your eating method has to change. The things we used to eat when we was 19, if we try that now, book it, we dead. I have pressure. I can't eat salt like how I used to eat chow long time. My body different, Baba. Okay, so I had to change. Imagine your prayers have to change too. In all fairness, if I am 55 years old and I still pray in Saraswati Mata, bless me to pass SEA. You got mad? You have to face SEA? We pray. What? Think about the person praying and saying the same level, same maturity. Like when you was now starting your job, when you was now doing your work, you're now building the wall. The wall built, time to paint back the wall. And you're saying the same way. This is a way of stagnation, ma. This is a way that people are doing the prayer, but they are their own problem and they don't see it. He says, ma, the problem is one day I leave them. Time finishes for them. In this form, in this way, that time is going to conclude. The person expires. And if they're not careful, they are going to be not ready for it. They are going to be caught off guard when the life leaves the body. And depending on how lazy, how lethargic, how indisciplined the person is, when it is time now for the soul to leave the body, as we in chapter 30, verse 20, he says the person, the Yamdut, they're doing the job. But this type of person, the lowest category of devotee, they just have to rip them out of the body. One of the telltale signs, the person starts to mess themselves. You know, we agree here. I don't know if I go win the lottery. I don't know if Priya going and cook food and she go give me a little plate of food. I don't know if the lady will outlive me or I will outlive she. I don't know. But I know one day I am going to die. We are sure about that. And that day, Oma, is the day nobody is prepared for. If you have it in you that I am using the time, I get in to put Baba Shiva, I put in a bay leaf boy. When the hand walk in, I put in. You see the day I walk in, well, you're going to have to take me. That maturity is supposed to come. For some people, they have it. Some people, they don't. He says, ma, when people don't have that way, and the time run out on them, and we pull in to get them out of the body, the person is never ready to go. The trait, that devotee, that tamasic bhakt, when they're going now, oh God, look my sister, oh God, look my child, oh God, look them, who will paint that wall? If you give me 10 minutes again, I will paint that wall. But you're doing prayers, Nivriti, what we talked about last night, Gita chapter 18, 46. The person is growing in the prayer and releasing slowly, slowly. I used to be able to take the axe and bust the mango wood to make my hawan. Now, Babs thinks different. I, within myself, realize it is safe for me to lift that axe anymore. You're training your brain. One day you have to let go. The mother yesterday we talked about, she rests the head by the bosom. Son, I love you. If I tell you, go and become a man, become mature, stand up and let me see if you could iron, if you could cook, if you could clean, if you will have a standard in your house. I train you, I trust you that you will know what clean, how to pray, how to fast. I expect to see you do it. Shine now. I don't have to buff you every day, child. The mother is slowly trusting to release everything. But what me and you just do, only the mother-in-law can make the roti. Only the mother-in-law can shine the terrier. And you strangle it, and you don't give them a chance to do it. When people who cannot give up control, when time for it to go, they are never ready to give up. It is hard to see. When you see the pundit them doing different type of, like when we talk about the gobar on the ground, the soul they want to go, so what they just do? They just put the khalsa, go in your next funeral, you go see what I'm saying. Put the khalsa on a chair in front of the coffin, in case this is the kind of person who died. Watch, your time finish. It's time for you to go. Go. The khalsa is where they call in the dead person, stand up here and witness, look at your children, wishing you well for you to leave. Go. Yeah, I want to go. You only want to come back inside the body. All right, brother, we're going and burn the body now. If they have nobody, don't stay. Go. Think about it like that. And you're going to understand the trouble. If we don't start to train, we head, Ma, when? You see, that time come. What is the telltale sign for somebody like that? That is freed. That is freed death. They just get frightened. They seeing somebody. They see something. A different person who have a certain amount of peace in them. I know I have to die. Ma Vishnu, I grew up with my grandfather, mommy, my nana, my mother, father. He, you know, you learn to pray from your watch who are wrong here, to be honest. And this man, I know him for two things. He had a high temper, and he was very loud when he doing prayers. So if you're still sleeping like on a Saturday morning, Jai Shivaram, Jai Shivaram, Lord, give me the strength. This sugar interfering with me, the pressure interfering with me, my head pumping. What kind of thing is this? This have to stop. And you trying your best to sleep, you know. Give me the strength. If you give me the strength, give me the strength to go this morning. I want to go and do this, that. I want to pull out something in the yard. But if you're taking me, take me, man. I'm ready for you. Remember, me and you were something strange if you hear that, because we are accustomed Jai Shiva, Jai Shiva. Nice, soft, sweet diapers. Maybe we concept our prayers wrong. Me are saying what madman grandfather used to do is the best way, don't get me wrong. But what I like about it now as man, he was truthful. Me are fooling myself and me are fooling you. Me are saying I is the best, and me I know me are come to make stones. If you could give me the strength, truthful. And if you had to take me, I'm ready for you to take me. Don't let me suffer. He was always aware. In our conversation, I'm sharing my story with you. In our story, when I get old, will you come to change my pampers? I don't want to go in pampers, but if I go in pampers, you love me, Daddy? As a child, yeah, Papa, yeah, don't be asking me, boy. That was my partner. But I learned to pray for my partner. When you now reach to this, if the person learn to talk and build that relationship in your prayer, when nobody had to do, don't do like my grandfather and keep your grandchildren up on a Saturday morning praying hard. Say it easy, but say the right thing. Think about the content of what you say. You know what we just do? Shri Guru Charana Saroja, and you're singing it in the tune, you learn every word good. You know what it means? No. Let me be honest. If I ask you now, what is 16th verse in Hanuman Chalisa? What are you telling him? Me, I know. So when you go to talk, what are you telling him? What you're really saying? The person, when they do it like that, although they're doing prayers, but they're talking to him, the person is never ready for time. Time is coming. I didn't expect my child to get big. Oh, God, look, she married and she gone. I only watch she come back. When they come back, you have an next problem, you know. When somebody hit them, break them, kill them, you have an next problem, you know. Having a girl child is a funny thing. You have to know how you're praying. You as the parent, you as the one could bless them. You will have hardship, you will have hard days, but you'll have the endurance to, I bless you, go. If you pray correct, as time is changing and your prayers change, you will handle it. Otherwise, you'll constantly be unprepared. For that reason, just one topic, one point. The salt is going back to the story of where Lord Shiva has a daughter named Ashok Sundari. Listen why. If nothing here remember this morning, walk away with this one. Why it is fast from salt. We fast from meat because of the foreign protein, that animal contaminant inside of it. And I want to get it out. The 21 days, that is really a shortcut. The book tells you if you eat animal with horn, fast for 3 months, off the top of my head. If I eat something with beef in it by accident or otherwise, you have to fast for a year to get it out of your system. So where does 21 days come from, Pandit? The man who minds the cow, the blood, the different marrow that comes, the colostrum that comes in the milk from the mother cow to the baby cow, we respect that period of 21 days. For the people who like to make penus, penus is when the milk has plenty fat in it. So when it now make bacha, the penus is be perfect for people, but the problem you're technically eating the blood and the cells that the child need. So it's not very good for us who are doing prayers. But as the milk, if you watch it as we taper down from the time the child born to when 22nd, 23rd day, the fat content, the content of the milk changes. The paneer you make, the penus you make, it is different. So as the milk getting older, it gets more crumble type, meaning it have less fat, less protein. So the person, the farmer says, let the bacha drink the milk, let that different type of cells, blood, etc., come out, and then I'll take the clean milk and offer my lingam, for example. So the rule was adopted. If mother come clean after 21 days, I could come clean after 21 days, and that is where that 21 come from. Truthful. Could it be more? Definitely. The rules specify depending on what you eat, so you fast. If I eat fish, I fast roughly, I only need 2 weeks. If I eat bird, beyond 28 days, and it stipulates in Vishnu Puran how to fast, how to prepare. The person who now doing all this fasting, all this preparation and all these things, like the protein part of it. But where the salt come from? The salt is not a contaminant. When Lord Shiva, Parvati Mata, because of our discourse last night where Sati Mata burned herself, when she comes back as Parvati, she dying to have a child. But Shiv Baba, on playing that kind of two, to give she what she want and to be standing up with Dharma, had Lord Vishnu explained to she, because you committed this self-immolation, in we language you will say suicide, you burn yourself. The karmic reaction is you will not be able to have a child from your belly. So all her children, she adopts or she makes Ganesh Baba, for example, right? She does not bring them from her natural womb. In total, Lord Shiva has 8 children. We know 2 very common. Kartik, yesterday was Kartik wedding, Ganesh Baba. But let me give you now in a nutshell, the daughter. Her name is Ashok Sundari. You'll find this in Padma Puran Katha. Mother Parvati is walking. Ashok Sundari was somebody like a little child, like a little helper. Some people, when they pray for mukti and liberation, they just say, God, bless me to be the one when you're eating in the morning, let me serve you. I want to be a servant, like how Nandi is be with the bull. Ashok Sundari is our upgraded soul like that. And mothers fell in love with this cute little girl. And she says, oh Shiva, I want a daughter. Could I keep this little girl? And she kept her. But now come the part where Shiva cut off Ganesha. So in Padma Puran it tells you, imagine a child body lie down, the head day one side, mother on this side, father on this side. But Ashok Sundari is hiding by a bag of salt. Imagine mother and father quarreling and I day here hiding. Mother turned in the vexation and she was very angry. She said, why did you kill my child? I wanted this child, I make my child, where you cut off your head for? And in the kata, in every version of it, where she's ready to expand herself from 2 hand to 18 hand to destroy Shiva, Ashok Sundari is hiding out of fear, hiding behind the salt. And she said, "You afraid me? If you're afraid me, go and live in that salt." Fast forward, they put the elephant head on him. This is the kata where if somebody asks you, "What is the fruit to offer to Ganesh?" Always remember, Mother Parvati to Mama guide the child. This whole thing happened. He cut, so he crying. The mother takes guava and she feeds Ganesh. Till today, if laddu is not possible, take guava leaf. Watch the mala he is where. You'll see green, there is packed like this. Flowers. Guava leaf, if you have it in your country where you live in, some people don't have it, they offer it to him. Guava is a fruit and a leaf that is linked to when you have diarrhea or you have stomach problem, you take it like medicine. Ganesh Baba has many kata where he has stomach problem. Till today we offer dove grass. So if you chew it or if you blend it in the lab, you're going to make andrews, antacid. When people have acid problems, they take that herb. Anything that helps fix belly, you offer it to Ganesh because of his discourses. When the whole melee with Ganesh finished, she take up his son and she gone so. Shiva come by the door and he said, "Babe, because you get frightened, look, you get sharp. Your mother word going to come to pass. You're going to have to live in the salt, but I bless you. You will become salt, will become the mainstay, the main flavor, the main thing in all pot. I bless you. Nothing compares to what salt will add, the flavor, the aroma, compared to seasoning, pepper, you name it. You will become the spirit of that salt. And this is why if for the people who just cook little Indian food, East Indian food, when you hear kitchen queen is given the title to the daughter of Shiva because she becomes, the salt is really the flavor of any pot. Then he says, further, because fear calls you to live in the salt, the person who has a fear, afraid of the exam, Saraswati Mata, I don't know what to do. Patra, the guru, is guided to say, okay, how I do is so you get. You're afraid you fail the exam, in an example, fast from salt, give it up. How I give, karma is how I give, so I get. You're afraid, give up the salt, and you'll be free of the fear. I have an interview, I have an exam, I'm getting married and I'm afraid, oh God, suppose this girl cheat on me. Fast from salt. And the thing you are afraid of, you're anxious, afraid, you will overcome it. So you fast from salt and you do your offering, you do your prayer. Further, because of fear, you became the resident of the salt. When given charity, let's say the salt in the cedar, for example, Garud Puran, Prit Manjali, chapter 4. If a person gives salt in charity, like this person we now hear about, the soul that's not ready to travel, and I know, look, the person, in all fairness, messed the self, the body, the person was discovered, tools or urine coming from the body in different kata, I tell you that is not a good thing. When the soul depart from those gates, how to help the person? You're going to see the family give charity of physical table salt. That salt, when they give so, the benefit is that the soul is not going to fight, struggle, get frightened. Me, I want to go. Die with the troubles that start. Let the person go easy. Let them travel easy. The time finished for them. Let it go. Another way, dear girl, when people take food and they cook it with salt and they feed the hungry dog, the bird, the human, the cow, the fish in the sea, think what's in when you go bandar and they just take out 5 share food, right? Feed different type of animal life, not only human, but when you give that in dan and the person say, wait, Tanti Punya could make a good mango boy. Good thing I come in this praise, to be honest. When you're hungry and you get something nice, the gratitude. Think, all right, forget me and you. The pot hung whole day, you day by that baby doing prayers and you offer the dog food. And the way the dog lick it up. Thank you. That thanks, the fear you're facing, you'll overcome it. This morning as we focus in on you and your prayer, you fast from salt. How much time you grumble? Be honest with yourself. Young days, People is telling me, Pandit, I have sugar. I can't fast from salt. If you understand sugar, if you fast and diet a little bit, maybe me and you might be better off. The doctor will be fast. Eat less sodium. If you watch what intermittent fasting and all these healthy things we have today, everything comes from Sanatana Dharma. The fasting, the ability to say, you know what, I will not eat first thing in the morning. Let me say my prayers first. I'll eat later. Hindu people is crazy people, you know. We have, how is called, Saijan, you call it? Nobody wanted Saijan. When last, long time, let me say these children, teenagers age, when last you see people make Saijan dal? Eat it. Imagine every mother brain. Eat the thing, it's good for you, good for you. Ma, will you know, girl, shut your mouth. Now, that thing hard like wood. I want to suck a piece of pitch pine when I eat in dal. I remember giving my grandmother trouble about that. I didn't understand it. I didn't know. But you see, when other people call it moringa, and they start to make it in tablet and tea bag and everything, now Keshava running down the same moringa. I'm guilty of it. You see that hibiscus they offering on the baby? My grandmother used to give me the thing in tea. Boy, drink the tea now and make it for you. They boil fever grass. They boy, drink the tea. Ma, only and only long time. Only to come now and they packaging the hibiscus tea and stupidly buying it, you know. I get old, I get sugar. I see Adish putting the 5-leaf on. Everybody put the 5-leaf in the culture. But I really don't know where you're putting that 5-leaf mango. I go and jog when I was small. I see that they used to decorate. Remember we used to decorate with the mango leaf? Me, I have no value for that. Me, a business. It's only now the people in the lab say when you boil it and drink it, your sugar is go down, Baba. Oh, die. And I get busy worshiping. You never see how people in some cultures is hang mango leaf over the front door. We just do it, but oh God, we don't know what we're doing. This is what this katha is about. It's not if you just pray or you don't pray, it's how you just pray. And I'm glad it's just we this morning. Take this discourse and check yourself. When you can get honest with yourself, then the Bhagwat work. Bhagwat is a nice word that means in this book it have Bhagwan. Keep saying it for you to it must remain with you. It must vibrate in your body. I had to change. I had to do better. I can't be the same person. I'm doing the prayers. You know how Hindu people is? I have prayers, you know, yeah, coming up. 5 bad habits I have. Go and do the prayers. Finish the prayers. Black tikka from the Hawan ashes. I eat so much of parsad, a pound, 20 pounds by the jack done. And I get up with my 5 bad habits. When will we focus on these 5 bad habits? Watch a person who is ready to be honest with themselves and honest in their God. I never wrong, you know. I didn't do that. They get very defensive. As correction come, as God, and we just say, Guru, Guru, Guru. You as a mother, you could go and correct your children. Baby, you didn't sweep that floor properly, you know. Baby, you didn't wash that terry up. Ma, she do it. But never me. I am never accountable. Arguably, that child. What are you going to say when big people do something like that? Today, in this little discourse, please take this when you're going to eat and spend a little time with yourself and tell me which type of devotee are you. If you didn't know about the salt, walk away with that piece of information. And when you go to share food, whether it is cooked here or cooked by you, think about how happy you should be based on what you could afford. Invite a suit. If you could afford to feed 5 people, feed 5 people. Don't try 500. Don't be crazy like your pundit. Sit down. When you do them 5 people and you feed them 5 people good, with regard, with respect, and you do it nice, understand what that will bring for you. And in it, find peace. Calm down. Don't be fighting and worried and change. This is what we Bhagwat, and I'm stopping here this morning. Everybody put your hand together as we do the Ashirvad, the blessing for this. Daitya nama sadintasya shamal niranta praman bhuktim kutumbasya hridayasya ishana devaya namo namam kalaya kalaya mangalaya cha kutumbayascha brahmanayascha yatishtaya jivana muktischa charan amritam bhyo nama. Vrindavan Bihari Lala ki jai. Blessed is the person that could listen to our mother talk to our son. And the mother is growing and developing slowly and surely. There's no race, there's no rush, there's no because I understand and you don't understand, I am better and you are not. The person develops this awareness that I could improve in my prayer, and it doesn't mean that when you improve, if you make this mistake, please don't do it. Don't criticize somebody because they pray different. That could happen in Hinduism, that could happen with other religion. Me, I name man. I will tell you. I don't know about you, but I went to Presbyterian school. I sang in the choir. Every hymn my mother made me say it. When my mother died, I believe in God. My mother, in this village, when conversionism was heavy, she grew up learning, read the Bible. And she always told me, boy, when I go in, read one verse for me. And that morning when Panatana and them come, I did read my verse up. I believe in God. The verse I read till this day, I still read the passage because I believe in God. I look to the hills from whence cometh my help. My help cometh from the Lord. I feel that makes sense. Am I going to fight you and say that is stupidness? This is the better way. My way is the better way. But everything comes from God. I would look pretty stupid if I go down that road. God made everything and everybody. And when you get to that point, God bless we could do it. Think about how much love and how much help you could help. If you feed everybody, if you care for everybody, if you sympathize with everybody. Think about how nice the place could be. Then you're really living in heaven. Eh? Then life could be nice. Vrindavan Bihari Lala ki jai. At this point, everybody, let's all stand as time run away from me. Pandit Arish is watching me very hard. Baba, don't vex with me. Deep any time. Put your hands together. For those of you on the live, thank you for being with me this morning. I hope you enjoyed our little talk. I hope you are learning wherever you are. Wherever you are, invite everybody as you are learning and developing. Don't let this discourse that God bless you to hear. God gave you the opportunity to learn. Close your eyes. Don't study nobody. This is your moment. You did good karma to get this body. Use it now. Put your hands together, close your eye, and you talk to him. Dear Lord, thank you for the opportunity to have listened to the real, the authentic words of the Bhagavad. Thank you for me being able to appreciate and assimilate the knowledge coming from this text. And bless me to put it into practice in a way that is consistent in my life, convenient in my life. God, if I'm in a wheelchair, help me to find devotion that works for me. Dear God, if I am visually impaired, if I'm hearing impaired, if I cannot talk or sing, meaning my voice box, to be clear, doesn't work. The tongue doesn't work. If I have a stroke, God, don't give up on me, but teach me how to pray in this circumstance, at this time, with what I have. Dear God, for those of you online, if I'm living in a country I cannot get datur flowers or bay leaves or tulsi leaves, if I'm in a dormitory and I cannot make parsad, dear God, help me to learn that wherever I am, once you, God, with me, I could pray, I could talk to you, and I could get through with the moments that I need in my life. Sajam cha varti sanyuktam grahina yojitam mayam deepam grihana devesham trailokya timidapaham. Jai Jai Bhagwat
भगवान की है आरती पापियों को पाप से तारती
Jai Jai Bhagwat Bhagwan ki hai aarti
पापियों को ये अमर ग्रंथ ये मुक्ति पंथ ये पंचम वीर निराला नव ज्योति जगाने वाला
हो अमर ग्रंथ ये मोक्ति पंथ ये पंचम वेद निराला नव ज्योति जगाने वाला
हरि ज्ञान यही वरदान यही
हरि ज्ञान यही वरदान यही Everybody together. आरती पापियों को पाप से है तारती जय भागवत भगवान की
आरती ये शांति गीत पावन पुनीत पापों को मिटाने वाला हरि दर्शन दिखाने वाला
ओ शांति गीत पावन पुनीत पापों को मिटाने वाला
हरि दर्शन दिखाने वाला
सुख करनी है दुख हरनी
सुख करनी है दुख हरनी
ये मधुसूदन की आरती
पापियों को पाप से तारती
Everybody together.
भागवत भगवान की ये मधुर बोल जग पंड गोल संग मार्ग दिखाने वाला बिगड़ी को बनाने वाला
ये मधुर बोल जग पंड गोल सन मार्ग दिखाने वाला बिगड़ी को बनाने वाला
श्री राम यही
घनश्याम यही श्री राम यही श्याम यही प्रभु की महिमा की आरती
पापियों को पाप से है
तारती जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती
पापियों को पाप से है तारती
पापियों को
पाप सी है तारती
Let me chant a little bit, everybody.
पापियों को पाप से है तारती
Oh Radha, Radha Krishna, Radha, Radha, Radha Krishna, Radha. Oh Radha, Radha Krishna, Radha,
Radha, Radha
from your heart. Simple words. Just sing a little bit. Radha Krishna Radha.
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 Oh Radha, Radha Krishna Radha. Radha, 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 little faster.
Radha, Radha, Radha.
Radha, Radha, Radha.
Radha, Radha, Radha.
Radha, Radha, Radha. Radha, Radha, Krishna Radha.
Radha, Radha, Krishna Radha.
Oh Radha, Radha, Krishna Radha.
Radha, Radha Krishna Radha.
Krishna, Krishna, Krishna.
Krishna Krishna Krishna.
Krishna, Krishna, Krishna.
Krishna Krishna Krishna.
Oh Radha, Radha, Krishna Radha. Radha, Radha, Krishna Radha. Oh Radha, Radha, Krishna Radha. Prabhu, as we conclude this first session today, thank you for the time. Thank you for the weather. Thank you for this place. For those of you online, thank you for the opportunity as well to join with these devotees. Collectively, we had the karma. The opportunity presented itself because of the hard work. Every soul that is able to listen to the words of Prabhu. You worked for it. Dear God, bless me to remember it. Bless me to use this information so that I could walk closer, better with you, have you, harbor you, hold you, not only outside of me. God, bless me to have you inside, activated, working, pervading over my body and my place. Help me, God. I need your help, God, to be a better child, to be a better student, to be a better devotee. Together, everybody. Tvameva Mata. Everybody, lift your voice.
Sapita Tvameva.
Tvameva Ban Chasika.
Tvameva.
Tvameva Vidya.
Javinam Tvameva.
Tvameva Sarvam.
Mama Deva Deva.
Tvameva Sarvam.
Mama Deva Deva.
Om Shanti, 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 Hari Om. Prem se bolo Mahapati Mahadeva ki, Pauna Putra Hanuman ki, Shri Adi Shakti Mata ki, hear it, Vindravan Bihari Lal ki, Jai, Jai Jai, Sitaram, Satya Sanatan Dharma ki, Jai. Sitaram, everybody.